Alright, this female Mexican black kingsnake had her pre-lay shed 7 days ago, and then came in this morning to find some eggs. You can see here I just use a standard shoebox, plastic shoebox for the lay tub, and then I just cut out this section on the side here for her to crawl in and out. Some people put the hole in the lid as well. There just isn't a lot of clearance space there for them to crawl in. They certainly can, but I just like it on the side. The only downside to that, I'll warn you, is a lot of the sphagnum moss will end up all over the cage. So that's something to consider. It's a lot cleaner if you do keep it on the hole on the lid. But this works for me, and I've used these boxes for like a decade, so I just haven't gotten around to changing it. But open up the lay box here, and we will see our girl in here with eggs. And let's see how many she has. Just holding on to them pretty tight. Try to get them away from her here. Certainly easier with two hands, but that's gotten a little bit more dry than I like it, but you just use regular sphagnum moss from any gardening center and get it nice and moist. It's going to sit in there roughly a week before she's going to lay anyway, so it'll dry out a little bit. And there's our eggs. Let's get them set up. So we've got a nice clutch here of 9 eggs. I'm going to have to set the camera down to try to separate them, but I'll try to separate them so they'll fit here with the lid. As you can see this way, they are not going to make it. So I'm going to have to at least take off some of those top ones, try to get them individually separated, and we'll come back on camera. Alright, I got them all separated now individually. You could of course leave them all clumped together if you were just putting them into your incubation medium and just kind of nestling them down into that for the duration of their incubation, but with this sim container it becomes necessary to separate them because there's not a lot of space, above this level here for them to fit. Still obviously got to have the lid on, but this just looks nicer for me, and then I like the visual of all the babies hatching out and crawling all over the eggs and over the top of their siblings and everything in another 60 days or so when these are all ready. So this will be the second clutch of Mexican black kingsnakes. We'll get them in the colubered incubator and get them on their way. Should have mentioned, which I failed to earlier, when I'm mixing the water into the vermiculite, I try to keep it about 82 degrees because that's the temperature I incubate colubered eggs at, just so there isn't a shock to the eggs and change the temperature. But of course all my snakes are kept in the same room, and right now ambient in this room is about 84. Since it's primarily pythons in the room. Just want to give that note on temperatures, and let's get these into the incubation. Alright, this is the colubered incubator. I believe it's built by Habitat Systems Limited, if I remember correctly. There's no stickers or anything identifying it on the side, but we've got one clutch of king snake eggs in here already, and we're going to add in our latest one. Just while this is open, I'll show you, I keep a tray of water at the bottom for a heat sink, and oh, actually there's a label right there. Let me zoom in on that for you. So there's the manufacturer of my incubator, Snake Shacks, and their website is nsreptiles.com if they're still in business. I've had this, well, over a decade. At least, but very well made incubator, which I recommend if you're looking for one. And so our latest Mexican Black Kingsnake clutch right here is going to be number 19. The one above it, it was number 17. It had some blood python eggs laid in between. But that's it. We'll close this up. I'll just show you here. It locks top and bottom for a really good seal. And these will stay in here for roughly 60 days. Just to mention it, the incubator is controlled by a Helix thermostat. Came pre-installed, and there is a fan, like a computer fan in the back, to keep air circulating. I just unplugged it for the moment so we didn't have to listen to the sound of it while I was trying to talk. Alright, again, thanks for watching, and good luck with your season.